He never said a word. And 6 men behind him understood exactly what to do next. Most people think power sounds like something: a raised voice, a sharp comeback, the last word in an argument. We've been trained to believe that silence is what you fall into when you've lost. But go back far enough and you find the opposite. The humans who survived longest on this earth weren't the loudest. They were the ones who could disappear into total silence and still communicate everything that mattered. And the reason isn't discipline, it isn't spiritual, it's survival math. One wrong sound didn't cost you an argument, it cost you the hunt or your life. You already know this feeling. The moment you explain yourself one sentence too long, the moment you fill silence because it feels uncomfortable, not because it needs filling. Every time you do that, you're spending power you don't get back. This isn't a theory. There are people alive today who still hunt exactly like this, in complete silence, coordinating a kill using nothing but their hands. And there's evidence carved into stone that this silent language is far older than we assumed. Tonight, the wolf shows you 3 proofs of that silence, and the one lesson buried underneath all of them, about the power you gave away without noticing. In the Kalahari Desert, the San people never stopped hunting this way. To them, this isn't ancient history, it's Tuesday. Every signal carries exact meaning. A flat hand low to the ground, the animal is near. 2 fingers tapped against the wrist. Wait, it hasn't seen us. A closed fist pulled sharply to the chest. It's turning. Freeze. Now. No confusion. No wasted motion. No wasted sound. But here's where most people misread this completely. They think this silence is about restraint. It's not. It's about precision. Saying the exact right thing and nothing more. That's the same silence you've been taught to fear in a conversation. Not weakness, precision. Saying only what needs to be said and letting the rest stay unsaid on purpose. But this living proof isn't where the story starts. It starts on a wall of stone, in the dark, with fingers that shouldn't be there. For over a century, the hand stencils found on Ice Age cave walls, the ones with fingers folded or missing, were written off as art or ritual. Researchers studying them more recently believe it may be something else entirely. What if those folded fingers weren't damage, but a code? A hunting sign language pressed into stone over 20,000 years ago, precise enough to still mean something today. The same logic the San use in the Kalahari, the same logic found in Plains hand talk, the same logic Aboriginal trackers in Australia still use in silent country. That's not coincidence. That's humans, thousands of years apart, arriving at the exact same answer to the exact same problem, because the problem never changed. Stay silent or stay hungry. And once silence becomes survival, it doesn't stay small. It starts connecting people who don't even speak the same language. Across the North American plains, dozens of nations spoke dozens of different languages. On paper, cooperation between them should have been nearly impossible. Instead, they built something that made spoken language optional, a shared hand vocabulary understood across every group. Used for trade, used for treaties, and used, first, for the hunt. These weren't people struggling to understand each other. They were running something closer to a universal translator, built centuries before anyone imagined one, out of nothing but precision and restraint. But this discipline wasn't optional politeness. Break it once, and the cost came immediately. Prey animals evolved alongside human hunters for hundreds of thousands of years. That means they got extremely good at detecting exactly the kind of noise a careless human makes. A snapped branch, a cleared throat, an unnecessary whisper. One mistake didn't just end a hunt. In lean seasons, it decided whether a group ate that week, or didn't. That pressure is what carved silence into something as real as any weapon they carried. And here's the part that should sting. You still carry that same wiring. Every time you over-explain, over-justify, fill a silence that didn't need filling, you're making the same mistake that once cost a hunter his kill. You're just paying it in respect instead of food. The strongest men in history didn't master what to say. They mastered what didn't need to be said at all. That's not a skill you lost. It's one you buried.